All right, guys, I don't have a lot here, but, I was going to watch Saturday Night on Netflix.
Oh,
And,
right. I was going to ask you about that.
and I was going to have a review. I was actually going to watch it yesterday. I can't believe what Netflix is doing to me. I got the plan at $6.99 a month with commercials, right? So I went to click on, it would not allow me to watch it. Whatever, you can't watch it on the Netflix with commercials. So
wow.
What?
So they're forcing you to upgrade your plan?
If I want to watch it, yeah.
Dude,
Can you
upgrade your
believe that?
plan, man. Upgrade your plan. I mean, come on. You're maybe the first guy I've ever heard of that has commercials on Netflix.
Wow. Have you ever checked it out with the commercials? There's like one commercial during a show. It's no big deal.
Admirable. Like, I wish I was more like, I spend too much on dumb stuff like that. So maybe it's because I'm jealous of you, but like, make the plunge, man. And this is exactly why they know people like you. Saturday Night Live, you want to watch it so bad that I think you're contemplating making that jump. Is that fair to say?
Either that or sharing a password with somebody that already has it. I might do that. No, it just pissed me off, man. You know, they never told me that rule when I signed up, that there's certain programming I'm not going to be able to get. That's bullshit.
The fine print, man.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
No, it is. Anyway. It's definitely like you got to be. How long have you been? You've been a Netflix customer probably since they were sending DVDs to houses, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. Like you're what do you call it? Like you're grandfathered in, to Netflix. So, right. It is kind of a shame that they do that, but to an extent, what are they going to do? Like, you're just going to cancel your subscription, or you're going to pay, because next thing you know, there's going to be 3 or 4 series that you want to watch that you have to be the premium subscriber or whatever. It is BS though.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's got to eventually be free, I would think, but whatever.
Or well, like, what did you think of Chalamet on Saturday Night Live as both musical guest and as skits? I know you probably enjoyed that.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. My wife's out of town, and we both enjoy watching SNL on the DVR. So I didn't watch the whole show, but I did see his musical clips. Guy's phenomenal, man. He's got Dylan down, and he can really sing and perform. I like him. I like him a lot.
He's the it guy right now.
Yeah, I'd be curious what kind of like his next few roles are going to be. Like, if he's going to do some other where he's actually performing like that, or if he's going to just continue being a dramatic actor or what. But
I think he's got a lot of talent. One movie I'm looking forward to seeing, I think it's coming out this year. He did a movie with the Safdie brothers, which I think they did like Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler, like a ping pong movie where he's like a ping pong player. So I'm intrigued about everything with that. So I think that might be his next big role, is whatever that movie. I don't even know the name of it, but I know that's coming down the pipe soon. Yeah. So
it's funny you bring up, you don't know the name of it. There's another movie that's either out right now that I saw the previews when I saw the Dylan movie. The concept of it is ridiculous, and maybe it gets good reviews or whatever. It's the one with the guy that's a monkey that sings in a band.
Yeah,
you know what movie that
Robbie
is?
Williams, apparently some guy from I don't know, Europe. I've never heard of him in my life.
Robbie Williams.
Apparently it's a pretty good pretty good movie. Right. But we have no idea who the hell this guy even is. So why am I going to watch it? And then you add in the part that he's a monkey. I think it bombed like in America, like worse than any movie like maybe ever. So
yeah,
I've seen previews, or I've seen clips on Twitter of that movie, and that's what I've seen, that it didn't do that well. Robbie Williams was big like when I was in high school, around that time, and after college, kind of like I don't know if he was like dance type music or like techno type music, but he definitely had a certain brand of music. Yeah. I remember some of his songs, but I have seen clips of that movie. It's definitely interesting.
It's freaky looking, man.
A little freaky for sure. There's some shows coming up. I know Ted, you're excited for 1923 to come back.
For sure.
That's coming. There's a Netflix documentary. I mean, I'm going to be watching it the minute that it comes out. Follows this past summer's USA basketball team.
Oh, right.
I saw a clip of Kevin Durant. It's cool because now the Olympic basketball, there's NBA players for every other country. So, it's not a bunch of dudes you don't know who they are. So when they're interviewing guys from other teams, it's NBA players. So the minute that comes out, I'm going to be watching that for sure. But a show I'm watching right now, CNN, I don't know if you guys have seen promos for it. It's Kobe, Making of a Legend.
Mm-hmm.
It's only going to be a 3-part. They're dropping 1 episode each weekend, so only 1 has been out. I watched the first episode. I mean, you guys probably knew I'd be watching it for sure.
100%.
It's interesting because this first episode, it's a ton of video from like him growing up in Italy, from his high school days in Philadelphia, even as a child. I mean, this dude had, because his dad was a professional basketball player, obviously. They went over to Italy. He was a huge star over there in Italy. And then when he came back to Philly, Kobe was the #1 player in the country. So he had a camera following him basically his whole life. And it's just interesting to see that first episode. You've heard all the stories about how he was kind of an isolated guy. You know, he was so deep into his craft, you know, being the best basketball player he could be, that he didn't really have that many friends. But you can almost kind of see why, because he like got, you know, as a child, had to go to Italy, to a completely other country. And then, you know, he finally is making friends, and they interview some of his childhood friends from over there in Italy, which is kind of cool. Yeah. So, you know, so first of all, he goes over to Italy where he doesn't know the language, doesn't know anyone. He's a black kid in an area where, you know, they talked to his basketball coach over there, where he was like, he said back in those days, there weren't that many black people over here in this area of Italy. So, you know, he's already kind of an outsider in that sense. And then in high school, so he's finally got friends. He's finally, you know, becoming, you know, who he is as a kid. And then his dad says, I'm retiring and we're moving back to Philly. And Kobe even said in one of the interviews, he was like, when I moved back to Philadelphia, I almost couldn't understand English because we were only speaking Italian and, you know, Spanish or whatever over there. So then you're in inner city, not just English, but, you know, the slang and all that kind of stuff. You're an outsider. So you can kind of see why, like, it was probably tough for him for a while to have friends. And then, you know, obviously the spotlight, #1 player in the country, obsessed with being the best basketball player ever. It's just interesting seeing all that. So these next couple episodes are going to go into, obviously, you know, his scandals and, you know, some of the other stuff in his life. So it'll be interesting to see where else this goes.
Yeah. Looking forward to watching that one.
It's kind of like the opposite. You're talking about how he went from Italy to Philly. It's like the opposite of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man. It's like basically swapping the plot that around.
All right.
Yeah. What did you say it was airing on? I missed that part.
CNN. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna have to DVR that sucker on my Fubo and watch that. I didn't even know. Man, I feel like I haven't seen any previews of that or anything. So
I didn't. I randomly saw it. I don't even know where I saw it. Maybe on Twitter, or actually, I think I did see someone share a clip on Twitter, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" So I made sure to go and hit record on it. So I you know, even, you know, obviously I'm a Kobe guy, so I'm gonna watch it. But even it's a 3-part. Each episode is whatever, like 50 minutes. So maybe wait till they all come out and you can knock them all out in, you know, a couple hours. But I'd recommend it.
Yeah, sounds good.
I got one just real quick. I'll throw it out there. So season 2 is actually airing right now. I've only watched the first 3-4 episodes of this show. It's been getting a lot of buzz everywhere. Severance. So it's Ben Stiller directed. I love Ben Stiller, man. I always have. Probably because, I mean, there's a lot of kids. I watched Heavyweights, no joke, like probably 300 times in my life. And he is just iconic, Tony Perkins. So I love Ben Stiller. He's the director of this.
He's great.
Adam Scott from Step Brothers, who's like the asshole brother in that movie, is the main character. So I'll just give you the quick little rundown of what this
is. It Jason Bateman too?
I haven't seen Bateman come in yet. Maybe he's in the season 2.
For some reason, I thought I saw him, but
possibly. I mean, it's a good cast. So basically, the plot is, I mean, we've all had this. I had this last night. I screwed up something at work. It's all you can think about as you get out of work. You don't even get to really enjoy your night. So basically, the plot is, imagine if you could, like, they call it sever, where you go into work for 8 hours and you wipe your memory. All you know is you're working for 8 hours in that place. Then you walk out and you have your like life. You don't even know what you're doing at work. And it just goes from there. It seems like kind of like there's not much to that story, but there really is. It's really well done. It's got a little bit of humor to it. It's a kind of a dystopia type deal. It's honestly, I can't recommend the show enough. 4 episodes in, from what I've heard, season 2 so far is just as good as season 1. It's awesome. I can't remember. Ted, it's right up your alley, man. You got to watch this. This is
it's on Apple TV, right?
Yeah, Apple TV.
Oh, geez.
So something else you got to sign up for, Ted.
Well, right now I'm on the 7-day free trial, but burn through it, man. If you really like it, then maybe you just buy that 1 month so you can watch season 2. But you got 7-day free trial to see if it's worth for you or not.
Not a bad idea. I might just have to do that.
And the other thing is too, that's one, all these streaming, it's ridiculous. All these streaming services, it's insane. But like it's kind of cool that they let you do a 1 month.
Yeah.
Because if there is one show you want to watch, okay, do the 1 month, and then something like Apple TV, there's a bunch of stuff on there. So in that 1 month, you can maybe knock out a few things and call it good. But
yeah,
then you just add it to the bill of all these streaming services that you're paying for. It's crazy.
It is crazy. That's how I ended up finishing Ted Lasso. I got a new iPhone, so I got a free 3 months. So
nice.
I watched all I could.
Got it, right? Or was this long?
I don't have it now. My 3 months is over.
All right.
Jason Bateman's not in that show. I think I was thinking of Adam Scott. I thought I saw, but yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that's like it's like the hottest show right now or whatever.
Yeah, Bateman is in a new show. I can't remember what it is, but he is in a new one. One final thing for me, guys, is I texted you guys this. You know, I really, really have become a big Billy Bob fan, and that show Goliath, it's excellent. You know, we loved Landman, but Goliath, he plays this down and out type of lawyer that's brilliant, and it has a great plot. I'm like 5 or 6 episodes into season 1. There's 4 seasons, but it's prime Billy Bob. So if you're ever looking for a series you want to start and watch and enjoy Billy Bob, Goliath, it's a good one.
That shows it's done though, right?
It is. Yeah. It's all
4
finished.
seasons.
4 seasons. Yeah. I can't remember what network. I think it's on Prime. I think it's on Prime.
I think I saw that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up looking that up too. I'll be honest. When I saw 4 seasons, it was like,
I know.
But I'd take your recommendation for sure. But I was like, oh man, 4 seasons. See, now Severance, that'd be one where it's like, all right, I'm only a season behind, or I guess 2, but whatever. I could I could catch up to that show quickly. But
right, man, and who doesn't love watching a show like and having the water cooler in quotation talk on a Monday? So it's like the time is now to get in on this show. Binge through that season 1. You'll catch up to where people are currently live. Watch maybe the finale live on TV. I'm telling you, jump in now. It's a very good show. I'm loving it.
Good advice. Good advice. All right, I'll check it out. All right, let's call it a podcast.
That didn't seem very reassuring that you were.
Well, you know,
he's still thinking about having to pay more for Netflix, and now he's gonna have to pay for Apple TV.
You guys know how much I pay for cable, and then I still have these streaming services too. So I mean, there's got to be a line somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't just sit and watch TV all the time. That's it.
It's true.
All right, let's call it a podcast. I want to thank the good folks at Memorial Healthcare's Wellness Center. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook. Find out how to save big bucks on a membership. Also want to thank our other partners, AZ Branding Solutions, Jacobs Insurance Agency, Corey Shook and Associates Real Estate Services, Nelson House Funeral Homes, Rivals Tap House and Grill, Success Group Mortgage and Servicing, Shiawassee County Fair, and ALS of Michigan. I mean, we have a boatload of partners. We love every one of them. And anytime you're in their business, tell them you've heard their spots right here on 3 Point Podcast. Our Z92.5 Game of the Week, one more time, coming up Friday night, the 31st. Chesaning at Ovid Elsie, big MMAC battle. I'm back in the saddle on play-by-play. Looking forward to working with Joe on that one. Peace and love, everybody. Be kind. Thanks again for listening.